What is going on, guys? Now, it's been a while since I've come onto YouTube, so I may be a little bit rusty around the edges, but I wanted to make sure that I come and speak to you guys today for just a couple of minutes time to give you an update on my trading activity recently and what's been going down, but also to put a stock of interest on your radar, which is definitely set for good things. You're going to want to stay tuned for that for sure. Now, it's Monday. That means you guys got to get after it, right? There's a lot of opportunity out there, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. Let me share this with you guys before we start though. This is some trades that I posted over on the Patreon. Okay, the link for that is down below. These are some option trades that were entered into last week that performed exceptionally well. Okay, so I may not have been coming onto YouTube, but I've been extremely active as always in the markets, daily, weekly, making sure that myself and the members are taking as much advantage as possible of the opportunities that are out there. Because when it comes to making money, options is an unmatched way of turning a very small amount of capital into a massive amount of capital, into a significant amount of capital. For those of you guys who are interested in getting an increase in your pay without waiting for your employer to do so, you definitely want to take a look at options, all right? Options trading has allowed me to pay off all of my student debt. Option trading has allowed me to pay for my holidays, apartments, whatever the case may be, okay? It's unbelievable source of income generation if you're able to play it right. So here we got a trade on Microsoft. This was entered a couple of days back. You can see up 31%, almost 2,000 in profit on that trade. And the big winner there was ARK. Long trade on that. Again, a couple of days ago, getting good entry, selling at a good point in time, taking advantage of slide in the market. That one's up 165%, almost over 6,000. Okay, so very easy money was made. A very significant amount of money was made. Though a lot of you guys watching, if you're able to make this type of money or even a fraction of this type of money on a consistent basis, month in, month out, you know, that would give you a lot of financial flexibility, all right? Allow you to do things that you may not currently be able to do right now because of the restrictions placed on because of your current financial situation, right? So again, options trading is just another way to boost your income, to increase your income, right? It gives you that financial flexibility. So again, this was over at the Patreon, and we're in trades week in, week out of a similar caliber, right? So this isn't something that's new to us. This is something that is a very regular occurrence that you'll see we do. That being said, let's take a look at something I want to show you guys. Coinbase, okay? Coinbase, it should need no introduction, right? It's like the largest exchange for those who want to buy into cryptocurrency. They reported their earnings a couple of days ago. This is all going to make sense, okay? They reported their earnings a couple of days ago, and they had an absolute whitewash when it came to their earnings, okay? Revenue came in at like 1.6 billion. That was more than they made the entire 2023. So the company is flying, okay? The fees that they're racking up is just exploding because of the underlying bull run that's taking place in the cryptocurrency market, right? The underlying strength that's taking place with Bitcoin, and we should expect that to continue to rise because we're still at the early stages of the bull run when it comes to crypto. That being said, the more and more interest that Bitcoin gets through this bull run, the higher the price goes, the more and more people that are going to utilize Coinbase to make their transactions. Now, if we look at the stock, you can see that it's not reflected. So we got this mismatch here. You've got stellar earnings, okay? Flawless earnings. company's doing exceptionally well, but we haven't seen that being reflected in the stock price movements. That gives a massive opportunity for some upside play here. I'm going to introduce you guys to something called PEAD. This stands for Post Earnings Announcement Drift. This is when a company comes out, delivers their earnings just like Coinbase has, but we don't see that reflected in the stock price immediately. We see it take place over time. So that's the drift, right? So post earnings announcement drift, that is when the stock price slowly adjusts to the news announcement. And that's what we're going to see take place. If you look at Coinbase, it is literally 18% off, 20% off the peak that it put in. Coinbase, we should expect to reclaim all of that and more, right? If we actually just look at the chart, you can see that the previous peak before that was above $300. So there's a lot to like when it comes to the charts on Coinbase. One being, you had that very nice gap fill at about $270. We have a very convenient 50% retracement going on. Okay. And we have this bear flag setup right now. So all of these things are aligning for a much higher price in Coinbase, and we should expect this to go well beyond $300 in the near term as we see that post earnings announcement drift take place. Okay, so this is one that we'll be taking advantage of with calls. Okay, take advantage of that upside movement that is coming. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. That's something that we will be doing options trades on, several options trades on over the coming days, over the coming weeks. Again, as we see that post earnings announcement drift play out. This is like a sleeping giant right now. It's not moving, didn't react to earnings. We're going to see that delayed reaction and going to see it in full force. Again, this is just a heads up for that. So that's something to look forward to most definitely. Let me share this with you guys. This is a member from over at the Patreon. Okay, Sarah Miller sent me a message and she said, I've been trying to trade options on my own for a couple of weeks. The first trade I made $500. It's not too bad. In 2 weeks I was up $5,000. That is impressive. And that gave me confidence that I'd found a way to make money from the market. But 2 months on, and I'm now down a total of $11,000. What am I doing wrong? I've only been trading 0 DTE options. Was going to give up as almost lost the account. But I already had a taste of what it's like to be up huge. Just determined to make it work. Joined the Patreon 2 days ago for your guidance. So there's a lot to take from this, but what your eye should immediately draw to is the fact that Sarah's only trading 0 DTE options. For those of you who don't know, 0 DTE options is a new introduction into the market. I think it came out last year, where you can enter into options that expire on that day. So these are going to be the most volatile options. Massive upside, massive downside, and the potential for catastrophic losses if you're wrong. Now, 0 DTE options is the worst thing that Wall Street has released in a very long time. The reason for this is a lot of retail believe that, because of a lot of everyday people, common people trading the markets, believe that because of this extreme heightened volatility, it presents an opportunity, these 0 DTE options. But the thing is, the 0 DTE options shouldn't be touched by you or me. We have no business with 0 DTE options. Only really computer programs, the high frequency trading firms have a opportunity when it comes to 0 DTE options because the volatility is too high, the swings are too high. You need systems in place where you can be in trades for minutes, right, or hours, and to get out at very specific points in time, because you are crucified if you make any mistake when it comes to 0DTE options. That's why I say they're the worst thing to be released by Wall Street in a long time. But when it comes to success and operating successfully in the options market, your expiration date of choice is crucial. Okay, I have never traded 0DTE options, and I never will trade 0DTE options, because it doesn't allow for your setup, doesn't allow for your theses, whatever the case may be, to take place, because it's so quick. You may need a couple of days, you may need a few weeks for your setup to actually play out. Okay, again, it also smooths out that volatility that you get if you just give it some more time. So when it comes to expiration dates, I'm in for 7 days, I may be in for 14 days, I may be in for 3 weeks. It all depends on what the setup is. It all depends on the environment of the stock. So again, this is just a good reminder that 0DTE options shouldn't be touched by you or me. Tons of opportunity, tons of money to be made, but you got to do it in the right way. You got to do it in a smart way, choosing the right assets, getting in at the right time with the right setup, right? The right expiration dates, the right strike prices. And it's not hard to do. It's not rocket science. You just need to know what to avoid, and you need to know what to take advantage of. But nevertheless, Sarah, we will take care of you. We will get that balance back. All right, back in the green, giving you that confidence that you once had when you were up a massive $5,000. That's just only around the corner through the utilization of smart approaches to the market, and definitely avoiding things like 0DTE options. All right, guys, so that is the video for today. Make sure you drop me down some comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.